Look up at the night sky for a moment. Somewhere out there, far beyond what your eyes can see, there are secrets waiting to be found. Some of them may be answered while you are still alive. That thought alone is quiet, deep, and a little strange. The sky looks calm, but it is full of questions. When you look at the stars, they feel still. They feel peaceful, but space is not quiet at all. Things are moving fast. Worlds are forming. Worlds are breaking. Light is traveling for a very long time just to reach your eyes. You are seeing the past when you look up. The light you see tonight may have started its journey before you were born. This makes space feel far away. It can feel too big to understand. But some of its biggest questions are slowly coming closer to us. Step by step, we are learning. Not all at once, just a little at a time. One mystery is simple to say but hard to answer. Are we alone? It is a small question with a huge weight. When you sit alone in a quiet room, you may feel small. Now imagine sitting alone in a world that floats in a dark ocean with no end in sight. That feeling grows bigger. For a long time, people looked at the sky and wondered if there were other worlds like ours. We now know there are many worlds. More than we can count. Some are hot, some are cold, some are dark, some may be gentle like Earth. We cannot visit them yet. But we can look, we can listen, we can search for soft signs of life. A small change in light. A tiny signal in the dark. It is like standing in a large forest at night. You may not see anyone. But you listen for footsteps. You listen for a breath. Even silence tells you something. It tells you to keep looking. Another mystery is about dark matter. This sounds like a strange name. But the idea is simple. When we look at space, we see stars and clouds of light. But the way they move tells us there is more there. Something we cannot see. It is like watching leaves move on a calm lake. You do not see the wind. But you know the wind is there because the leaves move. In the same way, stars move as if they are held by something unseen. This unseen thing is called dark matter. We cannot touch it, we cannot see it, but we feel its pull across space. Scientists are building quiet tools to listen for it. They are placing them deep underground, away from noise. They wait for the softest tap. A tiny sign that this hidden part of space has brushed against our world. If they hear that tap, even once, it could change how we see the whole sky. There is also the mystery of dark energy. This one is even more strange. When we look at faraway light, we see that space is growing. Not slowly, it is growing faster and faster. It is like dots on a balloon as the balloon fills with air. The dots move away from each other. But in space, there is no balloon. There is only empty space growing on its own. Something is pushing it to stretch. This push is called dark energy. We do not know what it is. We only know what it does. It makes space grow. It makes far worlds drift apart. One day, far in the future, this push may leave each world alone in its own dark bubble. For now, we are trying to learn why this push exists at all. It is like waking up to find your room has grown larger overnight. You did not move the walls. They moved on their own. You would want to know how and why. That is how we feel about space. There is a mystery closer to home. What is inside a black hole? We hear about black holes as if they are monsters that eat light. That sounds scary, but they are also quiet and simple in a way. They are places where matter is packed so tight that even light cannot leave. We can see what happens around them. We see stars bend and glow as they fall close. We hear soft waves in space when black holes meet and merge. These waves pass through Earth like a slow breath through the air. We can feel them with gentle tools that listen for tiny shakes. But what happens at the very center of a black hole is still hidden. Our ideas about space and time start to break there. It is like trying to think about a color you have never seen. You can talk about it. You can guess. But you cannot truly know it until you see it. One day, with better tools and calmer listening, we may learn what happens in that deep dark center. We may learn how space and time bend there. We may learn how the universe writes its deepest rules. There is also the mystery of how the first stars were born. The early universe was dark. There was no light at first. Then, slowly, clouds of simple matter pulled together. Heat grew. Light turned on. The first stars began to shine. These first lights changed everything. They made new paths for matter. They made heavier parts that later became worlds and, much later, life. Today, we can look back and see faint signs of that first light. It is very old. It is very soft. It comes from a time when the universe was young and quiet. With new eyes in space, we are starting to see those early moments more clearly. It is like finding an old photo of a place before any buildings were there. You see the land as it once was. This helps you understand how the city grew. In the same way, seeing the first stars helps us understand how everything around us began. Another quiet mystery is about time itself. Time feels steady when you live inside it. You wake up, the day passes, the night comes, it feels smooth, but in space, time can bend. It can slow down near heavy objects. It can change its pace when things move fast. This is hard to feel in daily life. But tools in space have shown it is real. Clocks in orbit tick at a different speed than clocks on Earth. The difference is small, but it is real. This tells us time is not the same everywhere. It flows like a river. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. One day, we may learn how to move through this river in new ways. Not to travel through time like in stories, but to better guide our tools and journeys in space. Even a small change in how we understand time can change how we explore the sky. There is also the question of how common Earth-like worlds are. We know many worlds exist. We can see them pass in front of their stars as tiny shadows. Some of these worlds are too hot. Some are too cold, but a few sit in a gentle place where water could stay liquid. Water is simple. You drink it every day. But in space, it is special. Where there is water, there is a chance for life as we know it. We are learning how to read the soft colors of light from these far worlds. The light can tell us what the air is made of. It can hint at clouds. It can hint at oceans. This is slow work. It is careful work, but it is happening now. In your lifetime, we may find a world that looks like a pale mirror of Earth. Not a twin, but a cousin. That thought can feel both comforting and strange. Comforting because Earth is not alone in its style. Strange because it reminds us how rare our home might be. There is also the mystery of fast radio bursts. These are short, bright flashes of energy that come from far away. They last less than a blink. Then they are gone. For a long time, we did not know where they came from. Some came from broken stars with strong fields. Some may come from violent events far away. We are still learning. Each new signal is like a knock on the door in the middle of the night. You wake up. You listen. You wonder who is there. Most knocks have simple reasons. But each one makes you alert. These bursts teach us that space is active. It is not just a quiet place of slow change. It can be sudden. It can be loud in its own way. Learning where these signals come from helps us map hidden storms in the universe. Another deep question is about how everything began. We talk about the start of the universe as a simple moment. But the truth is more soft and complex. The early universe was hot and full. Then it cooled. It spread. Simple parts formed. Over time, these parts made stars and worlds. We can see a soft glow left from that early time. It fills all of space. It is like the echo of a first sound that never fully fades. By studying this glow, we learn about the shape and size of the universe. We learn how smooth or rough it was at the start. Tiny changes in that early glow led to all the structure we see today. Galaxies, stars, you. In a way, your own body is linked to those early ripples. The same simple parts that made that first glow are inside you now. This can feel grounding. You are not separate from the universe. You are made from it. Why do these mysteries pull at us so strongly? Why do we care about faraway stars and unseen matter? The answer is simple and quiet. The human mind is built to seek patterns. It wants to know what is beyond the edge of what it can see. When you see a door slightly open, you want to peek inside. When you hear a soft sound in the dark, you want to know its source. This is not fear. It is curiosity. Curiosity keeps the mind awake. It keeps us from feeling closed in by what we already know. Space is the largest open door we can imagine. It invites us to look in, even when we know we may not understand everything we see. There is also comfort in these questions. Daily life can feel heavy. Worries repeat. Days can blur together. Looking up reminds you that your problems are small in size, even if they feel large in weight. This does not make your feelings less real. It simply places them in a wider frame. The universe is vast, yet you are here, aware of it. That awareness is rare and gentle. It is a quiet gift. When you think about deep space, your mind steps outside its usual loops. It rests in a larger view. This can calm the nervous system. It can slow the rush of thoughts. The brain likes wide views. They soften sharp worries. As we build better tools, we will listen more clearly to the sky. We will see deeper into dark spaces. We will find small answers to big questions. Not all at once. There will be slow days. There will be long waits. Some questions may stay open for longer than our lives. That is okay. The act of looking itself changes us. It trains patience. It trains care. It teaches us that not knowing is not a failure. It is a space where learning can begin. One day, you may read a quiet headline about a soft signal from a far world. Or a small change in how we measure the growth of space. Or a new clue about what holds galaxies together. These may sound distant, but they are threads in the same story that includes you. Each answer reshapes how we see our place in the dark. Each answer is a small light turned on. So tonight, if you find a moment of stillness, look up if you can. If you cannot see the stars, imagine them. Imagine the long paths of light traveling toward you. Imagine the hidden forces moving worlds in silence. You are standing on a small shore, looking out at a wide ocean of space. The waves are slow. The water is deep. Some secrets are already rising to the surface. And as they do, they remind you that wonder is not far away. It is simply waiting for you to notice it.